minutes to go, really. Hello all, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Woolpatch Show. It's 8 o'clock. I just got in time for those pips there. It's Stuart here from my shop, the Woolpatch in Long Melford, Suffolk, UK, a lovely little yarn shop. I'm coming live to you from the UK and from California. Yes, you know, we have good old producer Fizz in the chat and in my ear, keeping us all on task with what's coming up in the show, dropping links in. If you want to find more about anything we talk about, you can guarantee Fizz will be there in the chat, dropping links in. Also, keeping us on schedule as we go through an hour to an hour and a half. We're somewhere around there now, aren't we? We're in for another month. It's August, everyone, and it's lovely to have your company. I've just looked into the chat and I can see lots of W's. There are W's, they are our Woolpatch channel members of YouTube, and we appreciate and see you all. Means a lot. Let's have a look before we move on. Jan says, oh, just finished watching Beyond the Pink Door, so I go and get a drink. Great, do that, and then have our company sit with us for an hour and a half. That'd be great. James says, it's 7 a.m. over here. Oh, early, yes. You're a Kiwi, James. And I'm caught, oh, you're already caught on the hop. Oh, brilliant. Okay, sit there in your pants and watch. It's cold, though. No, you need to get some clothes on. Emmy's there. Good to have you watching, Emmy. Digigraph's Gem this is what we were saying at the beginning of the show. What have you been doing this month? Photographing our rat trail, knitting a dog coat and crocheting a poncho. Also hats for wowzers. That's good. Lovely to have your company. Jenny, good to see you. Michelle, another Woolpatcher channel member. Good to have your company, Michelle. And Emmy too. Wonderful. And I know many people will come in as the YouTube notification goes out. So what's coming up on this month's show? Yeah, It's there. You're looking right at it. The brand new pattern from the Cocky Crocheter Kelly we'll be talking about. We'll also be talking about my newfound addiction to the Netflix series Wednesday. I'm a beat behind, but I'm catching up. I want to talk about that because there's some wonderful knitwear and crochet wear. I know it's about 5 years old, but there we go. We'll be talking about that. And our usuals. We've got a super duper Dream Weaver special gallery. We've got our Guess the Year, bit of fun at 1:15. And yes, our knitting charts too. So let's get into it, shall we? Fizz, you all ready for a show? She thinks so. She's got a big cup of coffee there. Lovely. Oh, you liking my new telly too? I feel like I'm in a newsroom now. So that's a 62-inch TV, and we wanted to get a new one. Like, we can't get rid of that telly. We can't just put it out the front of the house to say free. Here's a new telly. It's about, I'd say probably 10 years old. I say it can go in the studio somewhere. So I think for the past 3 or 4 months, you might have spied it at the bottom, out of the way. But I've this month had a couple of Sundays doing very little, so I've been having a play, and I thought, why can't we get it somewhere at the back there with the logo on? And it looks great, doesn't it? Sort of brightens it up a bit. So that's a nice little thing to add to our set. What else have we got? Oh, look, Christine's in. Evening all. Great. And Karen from Wigan. Good evening all. Karen, did you see your Olympian at the beginning, or have you just come in? Yeah, it was there twirling around. Yours and Emmy's Netherlands one was there. Very, very hot. Is it still? It's really cool down here. Tried to keep my big old dog cool. Right, so let's talk about this. The show starter, the Dream Weaver vest top by Kelly, otherwise known as the Cocky Crocheter. It's a delightful crochet vest top, and you've heard about it on and off for the last couple of months because I signed up for a test crochet. I saw him post it on Instagram and thought, oh, I'd love to do this. That's just my cup of tea. A great summer crochet, and I think crochet is really good for these vest tops and for this sort of mesh style. Haven't quite got a knitting one with a mesh that's, just perhaps easy to do. So when I saw this, I thought, oh, I've got to have a go at it. So I signed up. I haven't done a test knit or a test crochet for a very long while. And so I was like, yes, inspired. And let's have a look at the basic pattern. That is all it is. It is 4 rows. And what I like about it is it's always decreasing. This is UK terminology, and then I'll do American. So we've got these really nice tall stitches, which is a double treble in UK terminology. Then our classic treble. Then our classic half treble. And then a double. Now, if you're doing American terminology, it's single, double, treble, half treble, and treble. There you go. And what's nice about it is you do the long one, and then you're coming back and doing a little bit shorter. Then you're coming back and doing another little bit shorter. And then you're coming back with the shortest stitch, which is a double crochet or a single crochet. So it always feels like you are decreasing. And then because it's decreasing, you just speed up. And so, I'll do another pattern repeat. And it grows really quickly, really enjoyable. with all these chain spaces in between. And if you look closely, you then don't have to worry about going under the V's, because you're always going under where your chain one is and a stitch, chain one and a stitch, chain one and a stitch. So in effect, it's like doing grannies, because you are just putting your stitches in to those chain spaces all the time. It's wonderful. And therefore it grows quickly, because you feel like you're decreasing because you're going down. So then you speed up because you feel like you're getting near the end. So it's the best test crochet I've ever done. The pattern is so well laid out. Kelly, well done with that. It got a lot of feedback from us. All the visuals are there. So if you like graphs, excuse me, they're all there. And all the abbreviations, all what you need. Now, if I can follow along and create it, you definitely can, for sure. You might have to play with your tension. This was originally, so this is sport, around about sport weight yarn or 4-ply. It was originally asked for a 375, and what did I have to go? I went down to a 3mm there. But then I'm a notoriously loose crocheter. And I thought I would struggle on a 3, but really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And as I say, because you're decreasing so much, you know, the long stitch, then the less long, then the treble, then the half treble, and so forth, it's just whizzed by. And there it is, front and back, boom, seam it up. Really enjoyed wearing it. So, of course, as it's a show starter, it means, where's my little, it means I've got to go filming outside. Didn't go to the beach this time. It was a scorching hot day. I thought, you know what? I'll just sit in the garden and show some pictures. And what's great about it is it's really high summer here now. We've had some scorching days of 28 degrees, 29 degrees centigrade. It's been wonderful. And I think you can see that sun. So it makes up for when I went to the beach and it wasn't warm. Take a look at this. That was a scorcher. Didn't it look great? Full bloom, flowers all out. We can't moan about the weather we've had here this year. It's been wonderful. Whilst that was playing, it's always great to have a look through the chat and see what's happening. Emmy says, is the pattern written in US or UK terms? It's written in US terms because Cocky Crocheter is based in the US. But there is a little bit of blurb on there, and I think most people are, if you're UK crochet, you're getting very good at changing it. And as Dinky Craft says there, oh, I use US terms as UK terms confuse me. Oh, really? Fascinating. I do have a conversion chart. Yeah, it all depends on what we learn and how we learn it, to what techniques. Ting, who I do Unpicked with, he uses US terminology. So, what else have we got? Holly, when I said at the beginning what you're doing this month, ready to sit, knit and chat. Ah, look at that. That's nice. Oh, great. Oh, Susan. Oh, good. Keep watching, Susan. The next two patterns of patterns that bring me joy, one of them is yours. Lovely. And Patrick, hey, Patrick. Good to have you here. Oh, we're going to be talking about a new Patrick pattern that's coming up too. That's after the gallery. Oh, this is almost planned, Fizz, isn't it? Oh dear. Mr. Fancy, they were, weren't they? Did you like them? I thought, what am I going to wear with this tank top whilst out in the baking heat? So I went delving in the cupboard and found some old swim shorts from years back. Hey, Margaret, finally made it. No, better late than never, that's for sure. Thanks, Karen. Garden looks at this. Oh, I know. Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit too hot for him, though, I think, as well. You could see basking, we call it the jungle, in that centre patch. He loves going in there. And do you know, it was the first time, Susan, wearing green, and it was a bit of a fluke, because what had happened, this is they call it Lang, you know, the yarn company Lang. Well, this is their 4-ply Quattro. I absolutely love it, and I haven't got it here, but we could just go back to this one so you can see. It's mercerized cotton, but has a wonderful, very, very tight ply. Look at that. So the stitch definition on it is just exquisite. And I was a bit worried, let's go back to that one. I was a bit worried that the 3mm needle might make it a bit too tight, but actually there is, can you see, a bit of drape there? So actually, it was a good one, but the reason why it was a fluke, Susan, because I ordered it before I had a shade card, and it's difficult when you don't have a real shade card to get the colour. And we know, we've ordered online before, haven't we? And the colour's been completely wrong. So I ordered this from Lang's website before I had the shade card, because I wanted a lime green, you know, the lime green that you have seen that I'm doing the echo in. Well, this one came first. I'm like, my God, that's completely different to the picture on screen. That's not a lime green. It's a Christmas green. So I thought, oh, what am I going to do with that? I'm not going to do anything. So it sat in the cupboard for about a year. And then when I saw this came up from Kelly, I thought, oh, I've got some green in there I might as well use. And I'm so pleased I did, because now I'm loving green. Now I seem to be doing everything in green. So Lois, hey Lois, very well, doing really well. Had a lovely month, really nice month. Hot in the shop, slow, but it's been giving me time to do loads of things. Oh, and speaking of things, the lavender blue has been flying out. You are such supporters of local and of my little shop. It's been flying out over the UK and America and Canada. So I'm off to Yarnworks Tuesday, because remember, I've done that before. They've got this international posting facility, and it's all very Swiss, and it's Royal Mail, and it's computerized, and it's all tracked and everything. So all the American orders, yeah, Fizz, you'll be getting yours, is going out on Monday. So I'll be thrilled to see them go to all the homes. Emmy, you'll be getting yours. Just looking in the chat. Oh, Karen, Oh, no, because the UK's will go out, so you'll be getting yours too. It's just one big trip to the post office. It's brilliant. So yeah, really pleased. Oh, hey, James. James is in. It's all right. You join whenever, and that's the beauty of catch up, isn't it? You can just watch whenever you like to. Right, shall we have a bit of fun? Shall we go into, well, you'll see. You'll soon see what's going to come up after this. Let's have our guess of the year, and where you look at a picture and you try and guess the year of it. And as I said, I'm now in this Wednesday feeling. So it's a picture from the original artist of the Addams family, Charles Addams. When did he draw this very, very, very early cartoon? And then chat away amongst yourselves. If you're not live, shout it out across the airwaves. I'll hear you. Or shout it out to your next door neighbour. Have an argument with them. And we'll see. Guess the year for this cartoon, one of the first ones. Oh, is it? Fizz has just said she thought she might have seen 56 in the bottom corner. Ah, well, it's not that. So I think that was I think it was up for auctions. So it might have been, a number for the lot. Definitely not 56. Karen's going for 65. Good spot though, Fizz. Jan's going for 62. Jimbo, what are you going for? 59. 67. 30 seconds left. Come on, get your years in. Lois is going for 57. Emmy, 58. Holly, 61. Jenny, 58. Margaret, 57. James is going for 63. Susan, 1986. Okay, it's a guess, isn't it? Especially if you have no clue. So that's Wednesday Addams on the bed there, which makes me laugh because she's upset because what does the caption say? So Morticia's going, oh, she's furious because she's got put on the honor roll at school because that doesn't want to be good, and that Wednesday is the character that is the new Netflix series. It's very cleverly done. Michelle's going for 1964. Okay. I think some of you are clearly Charles Addams fans, maybe, because a lot of you are in the right ballpark. Ready for the answer? The answer is 1964. I didn't give it to you. No, when we did our tech. No, Fizz didn't get it. Michelle's got it. 1964. And who else? Winner. Oh, some of you 1 year out. Oh, that's it. Yeah, brilliant. Well done, Michelle. Yeah, Karen, you're 1 year out. Better luck next time. Oh, hey, Samantha. My first live. Great to have you. Welcome. Joining us. Welcome along. Right. Yes. Well done. Michelle, 1964. Better luck next time. Next month. September. Fizz, I think that's our 10th anniversary for the shop in September. Oh, my word. Okay. There we go. What will guess the year be in September, I wonder? Ooh, I'll have to get planning. Fabulous. Now we're in the mood for it, aren't we? All macabre, dark. Oh, I should have changed the picture on the back. Never thought about that. I could do like a little PowerPoint. So some of you are probably going, Stuart, what are you talking about? What is this Wednesday? And some of you might be going, Stuart, that came out nearly 5 years ago, and the second season has just started. What is it? Keep up. So yes, it's a Netflix original series called Wednesday, and the lead character is Wednesday Addams, and it's her at her school, Nevermore Academy. It's kind of vibes of Harry Potter, of Chronicles of Narnia-ish. It's this idea of the of houses and the school and mystery, but it's just so well done. It's stylized. It's sharp and quick. The humor is great because of Wednesday compared to everyone else, and it's just beautifully photographed and filmed. Now, it came out 3-4 years ago, and it's taken 3 or 4 years for season 2 to come out now. So you go back 4 years. And many of the episodes were filmed and directed by Tim Burton. Of course, it would make sense that Tim Burton was involved. And it's just so cool. And it just makes you go and really appreciate storylines and how good story writing is. And you just know when you're watching something really good, you want to watch the next episode, or you just appreciate the style, the photography, the look, and the costumes. Oh, wow. That's what I want to get into, because this costume designer clearly loves knitting and crochet. And what's really cool about it is we've got cool knitting and crochet. Because don't you find with some films, and particularly Hollywood films, or big sort of studio films, they can use knitting and crochet to put across a general type of character, a stereotype. So you can often see, like, I can't remember the films, but the geeky characters in geeky crochet wear might be granny squares, or an old tramp lady that's part of the storyline might be in a real baggy granny square cardigan. It's very stereotyped like that with knitwear. Or a geeky character will be in a nice sort of V-neck tank top. Well, there are vibes of that, but with this, they're just cool. And you do have Wednesday, who is this really unique character with... anyone watch Star Trek? No Star Trek Voyager? Well, she is like 7 of 9. There is no emotion whatsoever. It is just no animation on the face, just these lines delivered. And you've got her in knitwear, and you've got her best friend, which is this colourful character called Enid. But they are often in knitwear all the time. Now, we're not going to look at Enid. That's another show in itself with her knitwear. But I just want to show you some knitwear and crochet that Wednesday is wearing, because I think you're going to love it. Look. Now, I want this as a pattern. Now, I've obviously already chatted with Fizz, and I think Fizz has already said you can find this pattern up, because it was almost like the Harry Styles cardigan. People went wild for the Harry Styles cardigan before the pattern was released, and they started designing it themselves. Well, many YouTubers and internet people did exactly that. Am I right, Fizz? You found it. Or you found one person's version of it. All right, so the one that the link she's dropped in is probably the better one out of them all. But I love it. It's cool. And it's crochet, people. What do we think? I'm now going to look at the chat, because whilst doing all that blurb, I saw my comments going up and up and up. So let's see. James, Gwendolyn Christie was delicious. Oh, absolutely. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, what was her name? I've forgotten the name, Fizz. Brianna Tarr. She is so tall. But is she stylized? Every time she's in her shot, hey? 6'3". No, she's got to be taller than that. On some shots, she looked huge. Wow, is that all? Perhaps that's because the lead Wednesdays might be really short. But the way she stands, the way she talks, the makeup, oh, it's brilliant. Oh, absolutely, Jenny. The fabulous Tim Burton. And I've just watched episode 1 of season 2. And there's a whole little animation retelling story. And you can go, oh, that's Tim Burton, directed by Tim Burton. But you can see his stuff all the way through. Emmy says, loved the show so much. Oh, see, look, I know I'm late. I like Gwen, yeah. Karen says, I'm definitely in Halloween mood. Mode even. I've been sewing autumnal projects and I've just finished reading a witchy novel. Oh, wonderful. Emmy says, I made the snood. So the snood was brilliant. There's a scene when if you watch it, if you did watch it and you've forgotten it, then we'll talk about it, where her best friend Enid made her a snood. And it was just a black snood. You didn't even really see the stitches, but you saw Enid's snood because it was lots of bright colours, pastel colours, because that's her thing. And it was just so funny because Wednesday was like, oh, I got to wear that. Sort of nonchalant, emotionless. It was funny. Karen says, I grew up with the Munsters, so I love... Oh, it's just brilliant. The colouring, the way it's filmed, as I say, the storyline. Oh, no. They've got Halloween stuff. Oh, no. I wasn't even talking about that either. Oh, my word. Well, I think we're kicking it off. Because I think for October Fizz, I think I want that top. Now. Well, I don't... It's a good point. Fizz is just saying, am I going to do a Halloween style window? I don't normally do Halloween because I've never been a fan. But I've been a big Tim Burton fan forever. At school... not school for me, as a teacher, Tim Burton's little stories were just delightful to do with the classes because some of his little poems, you can say, right, you group of 4, you have that poem, you group of 4 have that. And some of them are just so bizarre. I can't remember. One of them was, I'm sure, so Mr. Fancy Pants, or the boy with where his eyes pop out. It's all just fun, what kids like. And when the kids acted them out and cleverly told the story, either using music or lighting or cloth, oh God, it was just storytelling at its best, as if you're around a fire and trying to create that atmosphere at a campsite. So I think Fizz, rather than Halloween as in, pumpkins, the stereotype, we'll do a Tim Burton window and have Wednesday in it and have it just... Tim Burton would be well cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, Fizz was saying she went to Las Vegas to see all his creations. Is that still there? Or was that like an exhibition? Oh, right. Okay. Holly says, would love to diss my granddaughter, but not sure I want her to take... No. But I just love that attitude in a way is really fun. But obviously we know it's a story. But yes. Now, Jenny, who I know is in the chat, and Emmy, I think you do it too. Okay. I saw a tutorial on how to make this top, and it's using 2 strands at a time, and you're carrying one all the way across, according to which one it is. And I think you can see there on the, I can't zoom in much more, but if you look at the white squares, you can actually see the black behind. Now, what I was thinking, Jenny and Emmy, and particularly Jenny, because she's doing it as we speak, would this not be better as mosaic crochet, where you don't take the 2 strands across at the same time? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. And then maybe I'll have to write the pattern if so, because when I was looking at it, I was thinking, oh, I don't know whether I want to see the black behind the white. Would it not be better as mosaic crochet? Give us your thoughts. James, things should... Oh, I know. I just said before we went on air to Fizz, I kind of fall in love with Thing. How is that possible? It's a sign of not only good writing, but of good acting too. So Thing is just a hand. Now, I was a bit of a geek and I went to work. I wanted to see how they filmed it. I thought that can't be 3D or a computer animation. What's the word? Not computer animation. Green screen, CGI. Because that would have cost lots. No, they had a man, so Thing's real hand, and then he's all blue screened out. So when you watch the behind the scenes stuff, it's amazing. But yes, Thing is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, so I know, should win an Actors Award, absolutely. Holly says, Tim Burton is amazing. Yeah, okay, that's a done. Right, Fizz, write that down. We've just worked out the October. Oh, we could do... Oh, and all those... It's such a cool book, isn't it? All his little mini stories and poems. Margaret, love it. There are knitted and crochet books. I'm like, oh, that's a good one too, isn't it? The music. Oh, and of course, the music. The music all the way through. Well, the opening music's, you can guess. If you don't watch Wednesday, but you know Tim Burton, I reckon you can guess who did the music. If you haven't, go on, type it in the chat and we'll see if you're right. If you haven't watched Wednesday, but you know Tim Burton, who do you think did the music, the opening music? Because I think you'll probably get it right. Jenny says it would work as mosaic crochet. Right, Jenny, there you go. Challenge set for you. Because you're about to finish your... you're about to finish your mosaic crochet you're doing in the shop. Can we just finish that? Oh, by the way, how's it going? Because I know you got stuck on the corners. Is that working well? Because I'm not going to see you because you were on holiday, didn't see you Friday. So let us know. Oh, I shrunk that one. Okay, so that's the crochet one, which I want in the window for October. Oh yeah. If people know, type it in. If you know, that is. But I didn't know if people would want to guess it before we told them the answer. So if you haven't watched Wednesday, but you know Tim Burton and who he perhaps works with, you can probably guess who did the opening music. Emmy says, I was thinking of doing a hexie cardigan, half black and white and half... Emmy, you've got to. Oh, and isn't Enid just wonderful? I love her hair and her eyeshadow. Emmy says, I would think possibly Interlaken may be best for this sweater vest or mosaic. I wouldn't carry... Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Obviously, carrying the yarn is probably the easiest thing, and they did that on the show, but I would have thought mosaic might be more effective. Karen, Alan once made the tree trunk from Nightmare Before Christmas for me and filled... Oh, that's so cool. Ah, yes, it must be. You're right indeed, Michelle. Yeah, Danny Elfman did the opening music, and the music throughout the show is just fabulous. Right, should we look at the knit one? And here is... I know. See, and this is what's great. So we're seeing knitwear and crochet wear on mainstream telly that's promoting good, that's not stereotyping the old and stuffy or the dweeby, geeky kid. And that is where I sing the designer's praises. I want to try and find who the designer is, because they start this black and white thing all the way through. And she's in her black and white uniform because the main uniform colour for Nevermore Academy is purple, but she's allowed to have the same uniform but black. And they're black and white. There are so many of them, and they both are in knitwear. Enid's in colourful one, and it's just great. But there's just something really cool and sophisticated about the black and white, and them choosing to put her in that. They could have put her in other things, couldn't they? They could have put more material stuff. I don't think I've seen her in anything leathery, because you'd think leather might be used. But there's something about, maybe it's the knitwear that you still associate with being young. So does it help us to understand that they're still young? But isn't that great? So that would work even without the arms, wouldn't it? Without just one, you could just be a tank, but I love it. Yeah. Oh, see, this is where Fizz is great. She's found a YouTube tutorial already. It's just stocking stitch, isn't it? And you could probably find a basic pattern with a big V, but it just looks so good. Absolutely love it. Ah, there we go. So, in the chat, who is now watching season 2? Because it's just been launched. Have they launched? I haven't checked. We've just seen episode 1. Have they launched the whole of season 2? Or is it a weekly thing? I have not seen. All I do know, though, is Joanna Lumley's in it. So who's she going to be playing? And Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia is just fabulous. They're all just... It's just so clever. So clever. Right. Oh, and there's a free pattern on Ravelry too. So, there we are. That's our... We've just... Fizz, I can't believe that. We've just sorted out our October Halloween window display without even planning for it. Holly says, waiting for next episode. Right, okay. We've watched episode 1, season 2. Yes, same. I literally did it just before at 6:30 when I was having my dinner before doing the show. Shall we watch it? So we watch it. Season 2 has released 4 episodes. Okay. And does anyone know why it took so long between season 1 and season 2? Was it a writer's strike thing in America? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get out of this blackness and go back to our normal. Ooh, there we are. That looks better. Let's brighten it up. Let's go back to this wonderful pattern by Kelly, otherwise known as the Cocky Crocheter. Would you like to see other people's versions? Sorry, I didn't quite hear you there. Shout it out. Would you like to see other people's versions of the Dreamweaver tank top? Of course you do. We have a special gallery lined up for you of all the testers and their own versions. It's not a long gallery because there weren't many testers with pictures, but we've got a few. They are stunning. You'll love it. And a nice wide spread of photos and positions. And if you want to see even more, because there were more photos, you just have to go to Cocky Crocheter's Instagram. I know Fizz has dropped the links in already. Go to his Instagram page. And he did some fabulous posts of all the Dreamweavers in different positions, and like this is the outside Dreamweavers, this is the garden Dreamweavers, this is the inside ones, and there must be about 20 odd pictures there on his Instagram carousel that you could just swipe through. But here are a few in our special Dreamweaver gallery. cool? How cool were they? Absolutely brilliant. And you actually saw Kelly at the end there doing a straight the pose shot. You'll find all those pictures and more on the Instagram of Kelly, and some of them are also on the Ravelry page. Brilliant. Kelly really enjoyed it. He would have loved to have been on. We had 2 shows planned for today, me just chatting and an interview. But he was like, I'm going to try and get my shift covered. I've got to try and get my shift covered, because for him it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's texted on Friday, said, I can't get it covered. No one's could do it for me. I said, don't worry, because he is doing another pattern and I am testing another pattern. Very rarely do I do a test pattern, let alone then doing 2. But that's all testament to Kelly, the way he does it. His Instagram group, it's really supportive. There is no rush either. I understand why some test knitters and test crocheters have like a 3-week window, because if it goes on and on and on, people then not as strict, and they then perhaps don't do all the notes or as detailed. So a tight window, I can understand that. But Kelly's window was a lot more, just longer, but not too long. So if you did ever want to do a test crochet, I'm sure he would welcome it. He always does a shout out, and then he will look at, there's a form to fill in, and he does look at them. So I can't guarantee you would always get on, but it's just try, because it's certainly a very safe, friendly environment where you can test something out. And it's always good when you're a pattern designer to have I think a degree of your usual test knitters and test crocheters and new people, because you need that freshness that comes to your patterns to go, oh, I didn't see it as that. I didn't read it as that. Oh, how about doing this, and how about doing that? Which adds to ultimately the success of a pattern and how it's read in the end. Now, can we just have a trial at something? I'm going to press the add button, because YouTube have developed a new ad system. So I have never run ads during a live, because I know how infuriating they are, especially if the ad pops up during something that you're really listening to, because an ad pops up, but the live still carries on and you're missing out. So that's why we take off automatic ads. And then recently we've had fun where we do manual ads, where I push a button, and I push a button at a point where you're not going to miss anything. It's normally right at the end or after the gallery, because you might just want to nip to the loo or something. Well, anyway, YouTube have developed this new way of doing ads where it's split screen. What an idea. I know. So in theory, you still see me and the show. I don't know whether I'm muted, whether it automatically mutes me. And then you see, on the other side, you see the ads. They're rolling it out. I don't know whether you'll get that or whether you'll get an old school ad. But shall we try? We should. Fizz has said we should. So I'm going to press the add button now, and let's see what happens. Insert ad. Ads inserted. Okay. So hopefully now you see both of us. I don't know. Maybe in America you see both of us because they stream and release things out in America first. And maybe in the UK you get a normal ad. But actually, you might not. You might not even get an ad, because the YouTube algorithm is so clever. You might have watched some YouTube this morning or yesterday and got 2 or 3 ads, and it's going, oh, we better not show her another ad because she's seen too many already. She'll be upset. She'll be infuriated. So you might not get an ad. Fizz has just said she's not got an ad. Oh, Fizz is going to talk into my ear. So stare at me while Fizz talks in my ear. Go on. Yeah. No way. But the plant... Oh my God, I've just got to go back to this. Where's our Wednesday look? Here. The plant lady in season 1, who is so cool, the one with the red boots and the orange hair, yeah? And the glasses. She looked so familiar because she's the original Wednesday from the original... Well, how many years back? The TV series. In the early 90s. Wow. God, that's clever. That's... Oh, the movies. Okay. Yeah, not the TV, because the TV series goes way back. She'd be really... She looks young. That's still incredible. That's good. See, that's just clever planning and production. That. Okay, let's go back to me again. Oh. Right, let's have a look at the chat and see who got an ad. Did anyone get... Julie. Oh, hey, Julie. Good to see you. I got an ad on my phone and you on my TV screen. Oh, right. So you could do comments. Oh, I get you. Antoine. Oh, hello, Antoine. Got a full page ad, not split screen. Okay. James says, no ad. Oh, but you pay. Yes. Okay. Oh, dear. Oh, sure. Now I might get demonetized. I should have looked at that before. No, I took that off quickly as I was reading it. I am on my phone, so maybe won't... I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know how it's going to work. Oh, Christine got an orthopedic clinics ad. Fizz, if you got premium, you won't get an ad, will you? Ah. Emmy got an old school ad. Karen got a nail varnish ad, but no split screen. Fizz got no split screen. It's oh, Kelly's there. Did you see the gallery, Kelly? Did you see all the pictures? I hope you did. Kiwi James says, not being a crochet myself, are there diagonal stitches in the pattern, or is that the effect just down to tension or not blocking? James, it's cut me to the quick, Matt has. Slating my tension and my blocking. Well, Kelly could probably explain it better. The diagonal stitches are when you decrease a row and when you go into the next row up. So it's just pulled it across. But Kelly can probably explain it better. Attention. Fern. Hey, Fern's mum. Full page power tools ad. Oh, that's all right. Oh, right. We did ask about Jenny. How are you getting on? My borders and corners of my blanket look so much better. Well worth unpicking and starting again. Oh, I'm good about that. She was in Friday week ago and was going, oh, I think it's looking a bit curly. And I was like, let's look at the pattern. Oh, I think we've done it wrong. Yeah. And you just know she wouldn't have been happy with it. So I just said, I think it's best to pull back. But the blanket is like huge. So it was a lot of unripping. Textilian, hey Patrick, I got an ad. Oh, Jenny's got 2 ads so far. Fern's mum, my chat's gone underneath and can I get them back on the side? Susan says, I'm an iPad and get ads, no split screen. Oh, great. It did a regular disruptive. It is disruptive, isn't it? Don't worry, didn't miss anything. Just me yabbering on. Not yours, Stuart. It was more pronounced in... Oh, I see. I get you. You're back in my good books then. Right, we are talking shop stuff now. Two things to talk about. The shop is doing really well. Granted, the summer is really difficult, but this is where I want to say thank you to you, the viewer. And not only just the viewer, but channel members too. Because the way it's all gone with you viewing, and I know some people are watching the Sewing Bee too, and you watch our monthly shows of the shop, and you watch Sewing Bee too, the views have gone whoop, and it means you have seen more ads, and that means the income from YouTube ads has pretty much tripled. We can get around 50, 60 quid a month, which would often pay the BT broadband bill. Well, because of the Sewing Bee videos and All Gathered Up and Untangled, many of you are joining in and watching Untangled on YouTube with Jimmy rather than listening to it. The ads have gone really boom. So I said quadrupled, yeah, 50. We got nearly £200 this month of ad revenue. So that has paid the electric bill, and as well as the BT internet and the water and a little bit of rent. Because August is really hard. We don't often, especially in this heat as well, loads of people have stopped knitting. It's too hot to knit. Even the pros, it's like, yeah, I'll only do a little. So they're not coming in as often to buy and refresh with more wool. So paying the bills is difficult. And it's always the same. I know July and August is always hard, but actually, so the Sewing Bee not being on in February and March has actually worked in our favour being on now, because it's helped us get through this really hard month. I very rarely buy any new wool or stock up, because you know you're not going to get much income to pay for those bills when they come in 30 days later. So thank you for just watching, for continuing to come along and watch our little videos. Love it. And for you for signing up and becoming a YouTube Woolpatch member. As I look through this chat here, there are so many W's, and it is technically a ball of month, some of you, of wool a month, $4.99. Some of you have splashed out and you buy two balls of wool a month, and you're on the $8.99. A good old producer Fizz here, she's on, I don't know what you want, 50 balls of wool a month, aren't you? That's why I'm so grateful to her. But yes, it means so much, especially at this time of year. But otherwise, the shop is going well. We had a great day yesterday in Lavenham. It was a summer showcase, and I set up outside. Curly Sue was with me, Jimbo here, James was here, and Lynn, our Saturday Knit and Natterers, helped out. And then we sat outside and they were knitting and spinning whilst I was dyeing. It was brilliant. It wasn't as hot, thankfully, but we had a great day. And I asked customers to come along if they had any old whites, to give them to me, and for a small charge I dip them in the indigo vats and pull them out a blue and renew them. And we had quite a few people take me up on that offer, but we were working so hard we never got a chance to take any pictures. I did want to show you all today, but that's life, isn't it? But it's doing really well. We're looking forward to September. New stock coming in. The Morris, remember the West Yorkshire Spinners Morris that we saw at Cologne in March? That's going to be hitting the shops, I reckon early September, if not mid-September. Depends on when the West Yorkshire Spinners finally give us a launch date. And 3 new colours of Fable by the West Yorkshire Spinners coming in. The mustard, the Bordeaux. Remember we said that's the colour of the year. Bordeaux, sort of Merlot, red, maroon. Oh, Fizz says she loves that colour. It's going to be wonderful. So from that point of view, all's going really well with the shop. But yes, September is year 10, and it looks like that 10th year is going to be one hell of a year, because we've got to decide what happens next. So you're getting a sneak sort of preview, because it is up in the air. The lease runs out September 2026, my 50th year. What is going to happen? I don't know. But you, I hope, will stay with me on the journey as we fathom it out together. Because just like I did with my teaching days, and I just handed my resignation in and said, right, come on, what we're going to do? Oh, we're going to buy a wool shop. Let's have fun doing that. Well, it's the same thing is going to happen. What is going to happen from September 2026? I will be asking your help for sure. Right, what else? Oh, Fizz has just asked the question. You went straight in with it, didn't you, Fizz? Am I am I going to leave and do something new? Am I going to leave the shop? Well, this is what we're going to have to talk about, everyone, aren't we? More to come later. Anyway, we've still got our 10th year to go. And one thing I will say is I ain't going anywhere, though. I will still be here and the Woolpatch will still be here. It's just in what form for September 2026. But our 10th year, we're still going to be banging it out. My 50th year. We might even do the show from California. Now, how good would that be? It would be fun, wouldn't it? You wouldn't get to see Fizz. I would. And she'd be shouting at me, maybe in the same room. Fizz, how weird would that be? I could. My absolutely. And rather than telling me, come on, Stuart. Oh, look, it's 9 o'clock. We haven't even. Yeah, we're way off schedule. She could just be prodding me, couldn't she? Out of shot. Oi, move on. But my 50th year, I am planning a West Coast travel. I want to go to Santa Barbara so badly. See all the Santas. That would be good. Right, what are we going to talk about? We're talking a couple of things that I want to talk about. Shall we talk about Patrick? Let's talk about Patrick, Fizz. Patrick is in the chat. He was earlier. Textilian, are you still there? He's got a pattern coming out soon too. I love all this creativity. Let's click on this button here. Coming soon from Patrick. Do you like brioche? We've been talking about brioche on Untangled. Look at that beauty. 2 yarns. And I think, Patrick, if you can use any 2 yarns, he did say, but I think that's a classic wool yarn and a alpaca, brushed alpaca or a mohair. And look at that. So the same colour or tonal brioche coming soon. So if that's your fancy, watch out for the end of the month. I think 22nd you're aiming for, aren't you? Hey, he's still there. You can drop some info in the chat if you want, Patrick. I love it. Have you always been a brioche fan, Patrick? Or is this new to you? Let us know. While we wait for Patrick to scribble in the chat, I'm just going to go back through. Bertus, good to have you, Bertus. Getting paid. I know, absolutely. I say Bertus. I need to say Bertus because it's spelt like bear, but for some reason I'm in the Bertus mood. Karen, August is a hard month. I don't bother booking craft fairs through August. Yeah, absolutely. And I learned that in my first year. You learn not to buy things. You learn, and that's where I learned the Lavender and Blue. Launching the Lavender and Blue. That's just helped go through. That's just off the charts. Jenny, so glad the ads are bringing in a bit extra. I've been loving all the shows, especially when I'm ironing. Oh yes, because you're working through the hour. And that's where I think, let's go back to this, excuse me, where if you know your creator and those ads, you can kind of put up with them because you know that it's going, I mean, obviously some of these creators, they've got ads on and you're watching a show and there's literally an ad. There's 30 seconds later, there's another ad. Then 30 seconds later, and another. Have you had that before, Fizz? God, that's infuriating, isn't it? Yeah, go on. A 4-minute ad, and you couldn't skip it. Oh yeah, and that's where and that's where you think you want to support your creator, but come on, this is taking the mick somehow. And creators can choose where to put the ads. So if I have a pre-record that I upload, I might put one ad in it, but some creators can splatter it with 50 ads. Now, YouTube shouldn't play you all those 50 ads, especially if you've seen 2. But if you haven't seen some ads for 3 or 4 weeks because you haven't been on YouTube, then the algorithm might hit you. But if you know there's a YouTuber where that ad money is actually doing something for the business, then I think you feel good about supporting them. So that's why I wanted to let you know that that's one of the reasons why we do YouTube, because it's a great to advertise the shop, show off the yarns, what's new, talk to the community, way better than I'm rubbish at email newsletters. And get in contact that way. And then you know that the money's going back into the business as well. So we can do more things business-wise, whether that's buy more products or do special things. Kiwi James, who are these amateurs you speak of who don't need to crochet summer? I know, and I do too. But they are far and few between in really high summer. Tony, good to have you here. I really wanted to come but didn't have time. Oh, because you're down Essex way, if I remember rightly, aren't you? That's all right. Next year, we'll be doing it again next year for sure. Or come anytime. Well, you can't see me die, though. Oh, Emmy, I'm so excited. I know. I'm excited too. Really excited because I want to be here with you all. I know. Where are you, Susan? Are you nearby? Are you near that area? I would be willing to travel for a live stream retreat. Oh, dear. We're going to talk about that as well. When Tom Daly's Game of Wool airs, are you considered doing... Well, have you been looking at my schedule? Fizz? I think he has. Because our schedule says that we should... we should be doing that at... Has he? Yeah. Oh. You... Absolutely. We're going to be talking about that in about 15 minutes. After the charts, After the charts. Terrible photo. I'm distracted by Patrick's... I know. It's a good one, that one, isn't it? Lois says, Patrick, it's a lovely pattern. Patrick says August the 22nd. Okay. And he says the yarn is 29 British Studio non-superwash sock and Suri silk. I thought it was Suri. There's something about it that just is more Suri than alpaca. Bear or burr tomato. But oh yes, burr tomato tomato tomato. Yeah, I get you. I have been knitting brioche for 5 or 6 years. I've been knitting in general for... Wow. Well, there you go. The expert. Wonderful. So therefore, you know when you're going to buy, if you like brioche, you're in safe hands with the pattern from Patrick. That's a tongue twister and a half, isn't it? You're very welcome. It's lovely. Thank you for... bringing it to my attention. It's what it's all about, isn't it? Sharing the ideas, sharing stuff with the community, and so forth. Susan says, no, I'm in Maryland. You could fly to Baltimore and then on to California. Oh, well, I'm this is in with my 50th year, planning sort of 2, maybe 3 weeks. So depends on the money, doesn't it? Okay, important one. So we're talking about shop stuff, shipping to America, and it's a difficult one to talk about because you Americans that watch here on YouTube who are channel members, you are also unbelievable supporters of my Lavender and Blue, and I am sending out... Oh, Fizz, who did a super chat? Did you? Well, that's very kind of you. That doesn't show anything on my screen. What one is it? I'm just having a look. Oh, where's this one? Oh yes, there we go. Just a couple. Look at that! Look, and just a couple of balls of yarn. See, an American. Just that. Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Fizz. This Ecamm software is not very good with super chats. It's not like the cool OBS that makes things spring up on the screen, where you can then alert the person, and then you can go, oh, thanks for that. But anyway, so I send an awful lot off to America because it's I presume you like British, as like we do as well. When we order for America, there are many American brands that I like and I would like to buy more of. But the shipping has changed. So let's just talk about what it is, because I don't know how much you know America, or whether it's still being changed as we speak. It could even be come the 29th of August when it kicks in. Trump may change it again or extend it like he's done. We'll do it in 3 months' time. But what is happening on August the 29th is the de minimis is changing. Okay. Now, for those that don't know, it's all over. I think most of the world, every country will have their own de minimis. And as I said there, it stands for too small to be significant or negligible. So here in the UK, if I want to order from abroad, if I want to order from Shein or Temu or whatever it is, not that I do, but if I wanted to, I can order up to anything around about the value of £135 before I get spanked customs import duties. And I have been spanked once before, and I've quickly learned that, because when I was buying my woad, I have to buy my woad from abroad because there is no grower of woad in the UK. So I have to buy my woad from Europe. And I normally buy 2 packs, and that comes to about 110, 120 quid. But when I did it one time, I ordered some madder, and I got some weld because I thought I was going to try some other colours, and I spent about 160 quid. Oh my lord. Well, I got the email notification that it was held at customs and I would have to pay a release fee for that to come out. Well, that was 40 quid. Oof. And I thought, why is this? I've never been hit before. Well, it's because of the de minimis, because it was over the value of 135. Now, it's great if you're ordering small stuff from China. I can order, some needles, some stitch markers. I could buy 1,000 stitch markers probably for 20 quid. And I can import it. The post, it will come through the post. It might take 3 weeks, though I think Alibaba Express is quite quick. Or it can come really quick. And it's really cheap. And the idea of the de minimis is that these parcels are so small that they're negligible. They won't really give that much money to the government. So we'll set it at 135. And that will keep the population happy, because actually here in the UK, we don't produce this, we don't produce that. So the UK people are going to have to import it from somewhere. So they can't keep getting spanked each time. So we'll put the threshold at $130. So there we are. We can order our 1,000 stitch markers to our heart's content from a Chinese factory that only costs us 20 quid or whatever. Europe is 150 euros. Well, America has always been a whopping $800. So I suppose you Americans, you can order clothes, you can order settees, you can order coffee makers. Fizz, have you ordered a coffee maker? Yeah, from abroad. And you won't have to pay any import duties. Not up to $800. Well, Trump clearly wants to try and change that. So he lowered it. But he didn't just lower it to like other countries. It's down to nothing. So Fizz, if you were to order Lavender and Blue on September the 1st, you could order it and I would ship it out to you, but it technically wouldn't be released from customs until an import payment was made. Now, currently, Currently, people are thinking that the consumer would pay for it, like I do here. I'm the consumer. If I import something and it's over the value of £135, I have to pay that tax in order for it to be released. So there I was thinking, oh my word, are our wonderful Americans, if they're spending $200 on yarn, are they going to pay up to whatever the percentage is of the value? Are they going to pay another 50, 60 quid on that? Will it just shut down a whole market of British yarn to the UK? Well, I thought it was. And many people on Instagram, British people, British sellers of yarn, have been going, sorry, I'm turning off shipping to America because I don't think people want to pay these bills to get it released. Well, the good news so far that I have read, that if we use Royal Mail here in the UK, Royal Mail use the United States Postal Service. Is that right? Is that what you call it? USPS? Yeah. And because that's a government-based system, it does mean the percentage is only 10%, which is great. So the Royal Mail using that base, the USPS, means it's only going to be 10%. So yes, Americans, you can order from me from September onwards, but it will be a 10% charge. But the best thing, Americans, you won't pay that 10%. It's down to me. Okay, I have to pay the 10% to release it. So I just have to decide, do I put an extra 10% on the price? But you know what? What's 10%? You order 100 quid's worth of yarn, that's £10. I think I can swallow that up to keep British yarn that you want to invest in going to America. So as we speak, as of September, August the 29th, I won't do anything different. If you want to buy some yarn, and the rules still change, and the de minimis is still zero in America, then I will ship out and I will take that 10%, no problem, because it all swings around roundabouts, doesn't it? It will come back to me in other forms of revenue, whether that's YouTube, whether we do something else and whatnot. It doesn't matter. But who knows? That is just with UK though, Americans. It might be different from other countries because your rule of zero is I think the only exemption is China. I think he has, the de minimis is something else. But if you order from Europe, if you order from Australia or New Zealand, it will be a different thing, and it will be different according to the postal carrier. So I do feel for you. It's not going to be fun. But you know, from the UK, it's going to be 10%. But as I say, it could all change. What might happen over the next 4 or 5 days? Right, Fizz, I think we might need to wake up our viewers. Sorry, everyone. You've glazed. You've glazed over. Diddle-a-duh. Diddle-a-duh. Yes, patterns. Let's wake you up. We've got Susan's patterns that bring me joy as well. But boy, you bang up to date. Look at that. We are current as. What have we got? There we go. Look at that one. That is a pattern that we're going to talk about straight away. And that one is, if I get the right button, I always seem to get the buttons wrong with this one. Don't know why. I know. I was even practicing. This is from Karen. And you can see her Instagram handle there. It's a sewing pattern, this one. Isn't it nice to have something different? A pattern that brings me joy is the JOTI Duster Jacket by So Different. It's a lovely make, which is easily hackable. Make it shorter, longer, different fabrics. Have made 3 already and just bought some lovely Liberty fabric, which will no doubt be my 4th. Right, now, so Karen, this might be up your street as a dressmaker. And who else did I... Jan, wasn't it Jan? Right at the beginning. Jan was saying, just finished watching Beyond the Pink Door. A lovely fabric shop and online fabric. She's got loads of fabrics. Jan, You going to do that one? Let's have a look at it again. There you go. Beautiful. And let's look at Susan's one, everyone. Lovely Susan has suggested Patterns That Bring Me Joy is the Interlaken Sweater by Anne Hansen of Knit Spot. And she says it's the first top-down sweater I've ever knitted that actually fits in the yoke area. Now, that is something big. And when you find a designer where the yoke fits you perfectly, you're probably going to keep knitting them all the time, because I know how that can be with where you split for the sleeves, or it just doesn't fit too right. Annie's patterns and designs are classic, size inclusive and well written. Never had a fail with any of her patterns. That's some honour. Brilliant. I've made 6 of her sweater patterns and many of her accessory designs. Her natural wools, bareandnakedwools.com, are beautiful and soft as well. Oh, wonderful. Right, let's have a look, Susan, shall we? There is the Interlaken pullover. Look at those. Oh, they're like, I do love those slip stitches, or that effect of a slip stitch. And that design, I did look when I was getting the photos, goes round the back. So you still have those sort of tram railway lines going round. Oh, wonderful. Brilliant. Thank you, Susan. So, Susan, you've been knitting way more than you've been sewing then? Because I know Susan does patchwork with us. Have you been knitting longer? Can't say enough of the quality of Anne's patterns and wool. Oh, wonderful. Brilliant. Thank you. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Going back to the customers chat. I once fell foul of customer spanking. Ordered some brooches from Australia. Oh, no. Yeah. They were some posh brooches then, if you went over the 135 value. Emmy says, raise the price by 7% to us and cover 2%. Ah, okay. I'm a knitter, yes. Ah, right. Oh, so you were learning. Oh, brilliant. Oh, good. Oh. Right, shall we look at some... I'll just look at my schedule. Shall we look at some charts, Fizz? Shall we rattle through the charts, and then we'll finish with our game of wool chat with old Kiwi James, who sat in his pants. Yeah. Okay, let's do... Oh, we've got to do the laugh lamps. I've left it at work. I didn't bring it. Oh, I know. I just realised. I've sewn my lava lamps together, Fizz and Susan. I know. But I've left it at work because I was sewing at work. Okay, let's look at the crochet charts. What is hot right now on Ravelry? What is everyone looking at? What is everyone looking at on Ravelry? Let's take a look. Pretty. What, that number 1, Fizz? Yeah. And seeing more and more mosaic crochet in different ways. So blankets, obviously, V-neck jumpers, and clearly there, jumper. I'm going to have to get into this mosaic crochet. I've seen Jenny. Has she gone off to she say she's off to work? Did she earlier, Fizz, Jenny? Yeah. I've been watching her literally zip through this blanket as she's learned this technique. And it's like when you have a good book. It's pretty much like that sampler jumper there. You've got you know, 4 or 5 rows of one design and then another design and another design and so forth. And it's like, I love this. Oh, I'll just do one more, you know, pattern repeat of the next design. And it's like reading a good book. You can't wait to get home to read more. And watching Jenny, like, oh, I've got to do the next one. I've got to do the next one. She's rattled through it. So it's been a joy to watch. So there's clearly something in that skill that is just wants you to do more. And I'm thinking I'm liking it the more and more I see of it. Oh, Betty Q. Good to have you here. Gorgeous work, isn't it? Just... see, this is where she's so good. I know you go to other YouTube shows and they might go, oh, what was this? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I think I knitted with that 2 months ago. And then you're like, oh, I'd love to know because I want to buy it. And there's no way of knowing because they don't put anything there. Well, that's when we first started doing these lives. That's one of the things I said, if we can do it, we must do it because there's nothing more infuriating. And that's why Fizz is so freaking good, because you can guarantee there'll be a link somewhere. So brilliant. Mosaic crochet. Who knew? I know. You love it. Right. Berta says, yes, Stuart. I just started a mosaic dice bag for did... I did Dungeons and Dragons at university and I loved it. Ugh, it's now bringing back memories. Of course I was the wizard. I always wanted to be the wizard. I wanted to be Presto. Right, shall we look at the top 10 knitting charts? What's in the top 10? Are we going to see the ranunculus? Are we going to see the step-by-step sweater? Have a look. Fizz is just talking. Oh, yes. Yep. Yep. She's still talking. And that pattern design, that's all right. I was trying to listen because there's only so much I could listen to before I've forgotten what you first started talking about before I relay it to the audience. So what number was that? Number 10. The motives behind the designer. Yeah. Donates to charity. Oh. Yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? You find a designer you connect with, and that can be for whatever reason. It can be because of the yoke. It can be because of the styles. This designer often donates to charity, and yeah, you like that. Then you feel like you want to support them more and buy their patterns more. Okay, they're the charts. As always, we do them each week on a Sunday. It's just nice to see what's top, what people are looking at. And I think, did you say ranunculus was number 2 because who had mentioned it on a YouTuber? What YouTube? Chevy Ryle? I don't actually know what I'm saying there. Chevy Ryle. Okay, prolific YouTuber. She'll put a link in the chat. Of course she will. Absolutely. Karen says, honey jacket looks fab. I like that. Might have to pop it in my library. Oh, which one was the honey jacket? I've forgotten already. Honey. Oh, yes. By Anne Wenzel. I liked that one. And I actually liked the Chi Chi top. I thought that was a really nice V-neck, simple V-neck. And I think if I remember, because I did have a sneak peek at that one, bottom up. I love all the fashion make montages. It's giving the clothes show of yesteryear. I used to love that program. It was, I think, the last program I would watch on a Sunday evening before going to bed. Would it be like 8 o'clock? Oh, the music nearly came to me then. Oh no, now I've got that chart show music. It was like the Pet Shop Boys, wasn't it? Selena Scott. Who was the male one? Didn't he have a beard? I want to call him Kevin. That's not going to be called Kevin, is it? Anyway, right. Let's talk to you about the game of wool, because I know James. Are you still there, James? Or he might have gone to work by now. He's got to go and open the shop, hasn't he? It's Monday morning in... oh, no, you're probably closed in the summer, aren't you? Oh, that's it. Jeff Banks. I should have known that. Not Kevin at all. Oh, dear. Oh, it's great Sunday. Yeah, it's just I knew school bedtime would be after that. That or the Antiques Roadshow music. I was like, oh, I better go do my homework now. Of course you're still here. Right, Game of Wool, everyone. So, the Game of Wool. We're on it. The Game of Wool is a new program on Channel 4. We think it's Channel 4. Originally it was going to be More 4, but I think they've upped it to Channel 4 now. And it's going to start with my spider senses. No, Spidey senses. Oh, I don't know. I think it's going to start this year, okay? Let's roll back, because some of you are going, I don't know what Game of Wool is. Okay, think Sewing Bee, think Great British Bake Off, think Pottery Throwdown, but with wool. I know. They've been wanting to do it for a long while. And I say they, any of the channels, any of the production companies, they've been wanting a new sort of competition show crafting. Well, they've done it. How? Oh, we have no idea, because we know it's just not going to work. It's knitting. It's one of the slowest art forms she can do, crochet. But they are, and they're going to set it to the time limit. And it's going to probably be a mixture of car crash telly of our favourite art form, but also absolutely wonderful, unmissable viewing. And they've turned it into a very similar format. I think it's 8 weeks, maybe 8 contestants, 1 contestant being eliminated each week till we have our final and then our winner, who will be crowned the knitter, of the Game of Wool of the year. Now, James said, and I'm going to I probably won't be able to scroll back quick enough. Let's scroll. Wow, there's some chat here. Oh, there's James and his pants there. No, can't find it. Well, anyway, he said, are we going to be doing a show? Well, we are. Because I auditioned. But I didn't get picked. I had a fabulous audition day with 40 others in London in January, because the application forms came out last November and it was closing just after Christmas. And I went down, I thought this is going to be a great bit of fun. I went down, I think it was like December the 22nd or the 21st. I had a great audition. Because I emailed them to say, can I audition, even though I've got a wool shop? And they said yes, because you're not a professional in the way we deem it. A professional would have been a pattern designer or pattern maker. And I think there's a clue in perhaps what the challenges are going to be. It's called the Game of Wool, and they will be looking at knitting and crochet and the use of wool. I think it's going to be more than just knitting and crochet. I think there might be some sort of sculpturing, felting, doing something with wool, just to try and steer clear, because there's only so much you could do with a time limit with knitting. And I did audition, didn't get chosen, there were many, many super knitters there, way quicker knitters than I was. We had to knit a super chunky hat in an hour and a half. There weren't much talking in that 90 minutes, I tell you. Can you imagine how that would work on telly, having 8 hours to knit something? The camera comes to me 4 hours later. How are you getting on? Well, I've done another 5 rows of stocking stitch. That's going to be boring, isn't it? Oh, I'm sure there probably is, because there were a couple of ladies. Fizz just saying, is there a lady that can knit something like 300 stitches a minute? Well, one of the ladies there was prepped. She was a much older lady than me. I think probably retired too. She was prepped for speed. So when we were doing this super chunky hat in 90 minutes, she was doing the one needle fixed in a lap and then the other needle going vroom, vroom, vroom. And she finished her super chunky hat within an hour. And I was still in the round going. And she got a bobble on it and did some embellishments too. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be picked. But anyway, James said, are we going to be doing our unpicked show? And we are. And we're recording our first show tomorrow, because we're going to start doing some pre-shows to get everyone ramped up, because I think this is going to be big telly. People will want to know, how are you going to judge knitting in an hour show over a weekend? These contestants have been there, say, for example. How are you going to do it? Because it's the time. That's why I think some of the challenges might be different and not just knitting. Yes, maybe they might be small items like a small crochet mug rug or something. I think there might be team stuff too, but we will be doing a show and I have a very special guest. I don't have Ting for this. I've gone for another knitter, and I'm not going to reveal it until we launch the show, but I have someone fabulous who is going to be filming with me, and I can't wait to record tomorrow. Excited. We're going to have fun talking about what type of challenges they're going to be. But we reckon it's going to air here in the UK after Bake Off finishes, which is why we're thinking it's mainstream Channel 4. Now, come on, everybody. Knitting, crochet on mainstream telly, that's got to be praised and applauded, no matter what. No matter if we think this is going to be hideous, because it's just knitting in a time limit. You can't knit against the time limit. Of course you can't, but it's telly. We've got to get over that, I think. And of course, it's hosted by Tom Daly. So we're going to have plenty to look at, plenty to enjoy, plenty to talk about each week. So we think the Bake Off starts early September, 10 weeks. I reckon Game of Wool might be end of October, early November. American, you might be able to watch it if you have all that clever tech stuff with VPNs. Australia, New Zealand, James, you might get it in 3 years' time, because I think you often get a little bit behind, don't you? But it's going to be exciting, because we can talk about knitting and crochet on mainstream telly every week for 8 or 9 weeks. I've also lined up with Katia Yarns, and we're going to be doing some giveaways each week of yarn, because we've got to celebrate it. And my shop, we're going to be doing discounts and special prizes too. So much to do here on the YouTube Woolpatch channel. It's going to be great. We've been saying about having a summer of sewing. We're going to have an awesome winter, aren't we, Fizz? Oh, wonderful. Oh, no, I'm just going back through the chat. Tim Vincent maybe did it. Did he? Cool. I can't remember that. Karen says, I remember the theme tune to the South Bank show. Oh, I loved that one. Gave me goosebumps as it ended the weekend. Yeah, absolutely. Spidey senses. Oh, it is a D. Yeah, Spidey. Oh, you could have spicy senses. Oh, spinning would be. I think so. I think they're going to have it all on there. Oh, and of course, Tony W. You recognise? I just realised it's Tony from several years back, Sewing Bee. So you'll know all about time challenges. The Great Knit Off is there? Oh, so you think they've been inspired by the format? Oh, I need to know more about this. Or is that the time thing you're talking about, Margaret? Kiwi James says there was Danish knitting show about 10 years ago. Ah, right. Who knows? Who knows? Well, it's Channel 4. Could be. Their showing is different to BBC with the Sewing Bee. How do they do it with the Great British Bake Off? Maybe if they do they do it with that? Let us know. But it's going to be great fun. I can't wait. It's just going to be, rightly so, because they filmed in, so I got told no in January. They were filming in February, March, which actually worked out quite well because I wanted to go to Cologne anyway. And they were obviously editing it to get either for autumn, winter before Christmas or January, February, which is still autumn, winter as well, isn't it? But I think it will be better before Christmas. It's like the heart of winter, isn't it? November, December. So that's going to be a great 10 weeks. Fingers crossed. That's what we're planning for. So it's going to be good fun. So you're going to have lots to watch here on the Woolpatch channel. As well as, obviously, us doing our usual show once a month where we take a look at what's going on in the knitting world, in the crochet world, what's going on at the shop, all sorts happening. Well, there we are, Fizz. We said an hour to an hour and a half, and we've done an hour and 40 minutes. Oh, I love it. Only 11 minutes over. Absolutely. Thank you very much, everyone. Really we were a half hour behind. We then zipped through. We always love your company. I hope you enjoy the show. As I said, thank you. We always do a big shout out at the beginning over the little countdown for our Woolpatch channel members. We also do it at the end so you can see who they are. And if you want to join, you can anytime. You can join for a month. It just automatically resubscribes you to until you choose not to, till you choose to stop getting 1 or 2 balls a month. But it all goes back into the shop for us to do cool things. I'm now thinking of that Tim Burton window. What can we do? Like we had the chickens and like we had the Christmas bottles, maybe that's our Woolpatch Creator-thon as well for stuff in the window. Get your thinking caps on. We could do anything Tim Burton. We could just have a window full of Tim Burton-esque stuff. Oh, let that what do you call it? Mull and marinade. That's the word. Get in. Yes, Fizz. It's been lovely having your company. Thanks very much. Until the next time, which will either be unpicked with Ting on Wednesday or Jimmy with Untangled. Can you guess the show for our game of wool? Get the name. We've got Unpicked, Untangled. What could it be for the name? Oh, a pumpkin patch, Tony. Oh, bless you. That's just now come up on my screen. Thank you so much. We enjoy doing it. It's lovely having your company. Here's all the fabulous Woolpatchers who have signed up. But if you're just a watcher, we value you still and love having your company. Get your crochet hooks crocheting. Get your knitting and get a making. See you next one. Bye.